Hello, everybody. Good time. So, this is Dr. Patugi, your CST750 Computer System Security Professor. I'm so excited to start this semester with you and to exchange with you a lot of interesting topics in computer systems security. So, this video recording is recorded in order to familiarize you with the course that we have, with the plans that we have, the way that we conduct this course, and the way that I transfer or exchange information about this course with you. So let's get started. And I want to initially talk about myself a little bit. My full name is Ahmed Patugi, and my office is located at Price Hall, office number 210. And I got my PhD in computer engineering in 2011 from Sharif University of Technology in Tehran, Iran. And my PhD dissertation was about reliability and security modeling of multiprocessor chips. So the topic is very familiar with my research and is very well aligned with my research and my background. So I feel very comfortable teaching this course. As for the previous experiences that I've had, I've been working as an assistant professor here in North Carolina A&T State University since 2021. Before that, I was with University of Central Arkansas. Before that, I was with Boston University, and before that, I was with Iran University of Science and Technology. So I've got plenty of teaching experience. I've been teaching since, I can say, 2009, maybe 2010. That was the first semester. I was PhD student at that time that I started teaching courses. So I have a great background and experience in teaching courses. This course, of course, is a little bit different. This is an online course. There is no face-to-face class and face-to-face meeting about this course. This makes a course a little bit different. But however, I have taught online courses for the past 5-6 years. Even before the pandemic starts, I've started teaching online courses. So I've had a good experience in teaching online courses as well. Hopefully, I can transfer the concepts and the topics that I'm willing to share with you under the umbrella of computer system security. Anyhow, my research area is mainly focused on cybersecurity. In particular, I'm interested into security and reliability of IoT systems, cyber physical systems, or the application of machine learning, or what are the security implications of machine learning applications on computer systems in general and IoT and cyber physical systems in particular. So, having that said, let's talk about the course itself. The full name of the course, as I'm sure that you have noticed, the full name is Computer System Security, CST750, and let me laser point my, okay. And there is no prerequisite, as this course is a graduate level course, and we don't have any, in our MSIT program, we don't have any prerequisite for any of our graduate level courses. However, it is good to have some basic understanding about algorithms and about computer systems organization and architecture. And um, and that's why in the very first lecture that you see from me, that I name it lecture 0, I will review computer systems organization and some of the algorithms needed. So that's for those of you that you have enough background, or you have graduated in a, for example, IT or computer science engineering related major. You probably don't need to watch that lecture. You can skip it, although it's being asked in the very first exam that we have in the first exam. So if you know them, you can skip. Otherwise, if you are coming from to our MSIT program, if you're coming from other majors, like for example biology or something else, or for example chemistry, we have had students coming from other majors, which is, of course, we're very happy to have them. We're interested to work with them. If you are any of those students, I strongly recommend you to watch lecture 0 and take notes, and there are extra resources that I make them available in lecture 0. I also recommend you go over them and read a little bit more so that you have enough required background in order to get started with the concepts of security and security related techniques and algorithms and methods. So that's about the course. My email address is here, apatudi@ncat.edu. My office phone number is this. Normally, we only, when you're on campus, we only say the 5 last digit numbers, 53141. And here is the link for the policies that you need to know about about to know and about to follow according to the university's policies. A copy of these policies are also mentioned in the course syllabus that we will be talking about shortly. So, as I mentioned, this is an online course. There is no face-to-face class or meeting. There's no in-person class, but a few. And according to that, all communications that happens between us is going to be through institutional email, my ANT email, and also Blackboard communication mechanisms that include Blackboard announcement that I'll be talking about it, like I said shortly, and it'll be also through some emails that Blackboard sends on behalf of me. So you will receive emails from my personal institutional email. You will receive emails from Blackboard on behalf of me, and you will see some communication through announcement sections of Blackboard. So there is no class time. So what I do is that I will record some video lectures and upload them on Blackboard, and I will ask you to go and watch those videos. Not all of these videos will be recorded this semester. Some of them I have already recorded them for previous semesters, and the concepts are the same. So I'm not gonna re-record them, and I'll be using the same videos. But for those lectures and for those topics that I am willing to make some changes and updates based on the new, for example, trends and new findings or new articles that I may have reading, I might have been reading. So for those lectures, I'll upload I'll record a newer version of the video if needed, and like I said, and I upload the newer version. So if you watch the videos and you realize that, for example, some of them might be recorded for last semester, that is intentional. That is there's nothing wrong with that, and that's because, like I said, nothing has been changed in that lecture. The way that I wanted to talk about it and the materials are the same. For example, in encryption algorithms, when we talk about AES and DNS encryption algorithms, those are pretty standard algorithms which have been developed early 90s, early 2000, and they're basics and fundamentals in this field, so that whoever wants to know about encryption starts with DES and AES. So there is no need for me to re-record those videos, and it's going to be the same videos. But for some, I may change and I may upload newer videos. However, doesn't matter if it's recorded this semester or previous semester. You are supposed to watch them. You are supposed to learn them. And if any question, you are open to email me, ask your question, and in order to be able to answer the assignment, the quizzes, and exams. Okay, the office hours are Tuesday, Thursday, 9 to 12 noon, and it came to my attention that sometimes we have students living in other time zones, so that's why I said 9 to 12 noon. But even out of that, if you want to meet with me, you are welcome. You can email me. You can shoot me an email, and we can arrange a meeting for almost any time out of these, according to the availability of both of us. So if you want to meet with me in the office hours or out of the office hours, just please shoot me an email, and I'll arrange a meeting, and we will be fine meeting and discussing things, and that's perfectly fine. Okay. Again, this is an online course, so it's very important to know that I will be communicating with you through Blackboard, and everything is going to be uploaded on Blackboard. So Blackboard is a platform that I share with you the course material and also other communication. There are some when you log into your to the Blackboard page of the course, you may see it a little bit different because this is what I see. You might have different accesses than I do. So what you see might be a little bit different. However, there are some modules or some tabs that you see in the left panel, which are very important. And I'm going to talk about them now. So the first thing, which is the most important one, is called learning modules. When you click on this link or this tab, it opens a page like this for you. And that I'll be uploading the lectures in separate folders in this area. So you see, for example, this is the very first item that I have already uploaded it, but I made it hidden because the semester officially has not started when I'm reading this, when I'm recording this video. So I'll be making it available to you, and you see the link. So this folder, for example, include all items regarding Module 0, which is the review of computer systems organization, architecture, and networking. And it will be here, lecture videos, slides, other material that you may need, and other assignments if that's the case, or quizzes if that's the case for that lecture. Anything about lecture 0 will be found. You can find it in this module folder named module 0, and that folder is under learning module. For the next lecture, which is, for example, cyber attacks, I'll create another folder and I put things on that folder, and so on and so forth. So learning modules, what I put them mainly is slides, videos, assignments, sometimes quizzes. For exams, I'll create a separate folder. For example, for exam number 1, there will be a folder named exam 1, and so on. So another thing that another tab here in the Blackboard page that you may need to know and check often is called announcement. This announcement section, if you go, I have already made few announcements. For the very first time that I make every announcement, I also have the Blackboard to email that announcement to you as well. So you'll receive an email that kind of gives you that. I'm sorry about this light. Yeah, let me see if I can change the position. Yeah, this might be better. Yeah, like I said, the very first time that I send anything to you as an announcement, you will also receive a copy of that in your email. But if I make other changes or another changes to that, I'm not going to email them to you again. So the announcement section is basically there in order for you to go and find whatever I have sent you before, and also the most updated version of them. Because this is an online course again, and I'm not, I will have to send you emails probably often in this course, but I want to minimize the number of emails that I send you because I know that it's going to be a big number of emails. I don't want to kind of bombard you against under too many emails. So another section is called discussion section. Discussion section, which is used when we get closer to the projects of the course. That's the thing that you need there. Although other than that, you can also come and discuss or ask any question anytime also here. The difference between the discussion and the email that you send me is that if you ask any question or raise anything in the discussion, other students in the class, they can come and comment on that under that. For example, if you ask about something, say that, hey, I didn't understand it. Can you please provide us with more resources or upload an extra explanation about it so that we can understand it? If other students come and say, hey, we also didn't understand it, and I see, okay, it's a number of students that they didn't understand, that helps me to kind of get a feeling about the class, because again, there is no class here, and I can simply ask, okay, how many of you didn't understand this? That's not possible here. So or even you can answer some of your classmate question if they have some issue or some misunderstanding about something. You can correct them saying that, okay, this topic is this, and it's going to be solved this way. That is basically the section that I designed or I created or I enabled in Blackboard. Basically, I didn't create it; it's there. I just enabled it so that we can get some sort of class inspiration in our online class. Okay, one important thing that I'm willing to talk about it in this class is the project. This course has a research project, and that research project basically is you will team up in teams of up to 3 or maximum 4, and you read papers about some specific security threat or security solutions about one specific area. For example, let's say security threats and countermeasures or solutions of IoT systems. That would be one of the projects. And you read the papers and you present the papers you have read in your team. Although each of you read a number of papers, 3 papers, but you need to sit and discuss with your teammate in order to come up with a solid and concise presentation. So I don't want each of you present your own 3 papers separately. No, I want you to read the papers, discuss with your friend, come up with the unified understanding about that topic, and then present it. Basically, instead of you reading, for example, let's assume that you are a team of 3, instead of every single of you reading 9 papers, I want every single of you read 3 papers and then sit together, discuss with your teammate, and present like that you have read 9 papers. So I will give you more explanations and rubrics and details about the research project, but this was just a very short description about what the projects or the research projects are about. And the timeline that I have designed for it is like this. By the week 7 of the class, I will give you the project names or project topics or titles. The reason I don't do it right now is that I want to give you some understanding, some basic understanding about the course and security of computer systems. That's the time that you can have some minimum understanding, and then you can decide which project you might like to pick. And then the same week, you team up and you register for a course by the end of that week. So you basically would have 1 week to team up and to pick one of the projects. And then you search online to find research papers, 3 papers for each team member. So if you are a team of 3, you need to read 9 papers. You need to give me the name of 9 papers. If you're a team of 4, you will be giving me a link or name of 12 papers, and then you send the paper package to me for review and approval, because sometimes it happens that students go and find papers which are not relevant or which are not up to date or which are not accurate or many other reasons. So I review and give you feedback about the papers you've selected or you've chosen. In some cases, there might be need to substitute some of the papers. I say, for example, out of the 9, 7 of them are okay. These 2 needs to be updated, needs to be changed because these are not, for example, for some reasons they are not acceptable. Anyhow, I approve the list of papers, and then you go and you read the papers with your teammates, and this happens by the paper selection and approval happens by the end of week 8, and then you have from week 8 to week 12 to read the paper, discuss with your teammates, and then come up with the presentation, 20-minute presentation, and then a course paper. The presentation is basically your summary of your reading about the papers and what you found on the papers and what found in the papers. And the final report or course paper is basically, again, a paper format document that shows your or reflects your finding from these research project. There will be a detailed rubric and instruction and manual how to do presentation, how to do final report, what are the items that I'm willing to see or seeking to see, what items, how those will be graded and stuff like that. So don't worry about the details of that. I'm just now talking about a very high level general thing that we would have a course research project, and this is a plan for it. Okay. The next thing that I'm going to share with you is about the topics that we will be covering in this course. Lecture 0 is an introduction to computer systems organization architecture. That we talk about major components of a computer system. We talk about design parameters and operating system. Lecture 1 is risk and trust, which is the terminology and concepts of computer system security. What do threat, attack, and assets mean? Fundamental security design principle, attack surface, attack tree, stuff like this. In lecture 2, we talk about cyber attacks, including malicious software, any type of malicious software. For example, we have APT, we have viruses, we have worms, we have botnets, we have nets, and also the second portion of that, we talk about denial of service or DOS attacks, which are a little bit different than malicious software, and it's more difficult to deal with them. So this is our lecture 2, and it takes up to 3 weeks of our class. Lecture 3 will be about cryptography and hash. When you talk about security, the very first thing that comes into mind is, okay, how can I hide some of my information so that only those that I'm willing will be able to access my information or read my information or understand my information. That can happen through either cryptography or hash that we will be talking about them. There are many different types of cryptographic algorithms, many different types of hash algorithms. We only talk about the concepts and very basic ones. Of course, you agree with me that this by itself can be a totally separate, or even maybe more than two separate course, graduate level courses. That's why I say we only touch the concepts and very few standard algorithms. Like we will be talking about 3 or 4. We talk about MDES, AES, we talk about Diffie-Hellman, and we talk about RSA algorithms. These are the algorithms that we will be talking about. In terms of hash functions, the same thing. We talk about the concepts, and we review some of the well-known standard hash functions. In lecture 4, we talk about authentication and access control, which is the next step. After you can hide some of the information. Now it's the time that we talk about, okay, who is supposed to enter my system, and how can I check that who is entering my system? When someone enters to a computer system, is that person allowed to access entire resources on that system or no? Few of them should be accessible, some of them shouldn't. The person shouldn't have access. That's something that we call it access control, authentication and access control. That's again another chapter or lecture. Not chapter, another lecture. The reason I don't want to use the word chapter later, I will say that some of these lectures are basically more than one chapter of the textbook. So this would be a lecture 4, and lecture 5 is about application security, which means intrusion detection and prevention systems. We talk about intrusion detection and intrusion prevention, which is firewall, basically. And then lastly, the last lecture 6 is cloud and IoT security. This is going to be 1 week, and it's again very introductory level. I mainly in the previous semesters I talk about this lecture and I give you lectures. However, I don't ask it in the exam, in the final exam. So details are in syllabus. I very strongly encourage you go and read the syllabus because you get familiarized with the course and with the topics we cover, and also it's good for the very first quiz that you will be taking. The very first quiz is called syllabus quiz, and I ask the question from the syllabus, and that's the only quiz that I tell you ahead of time. Other quizzes you'll not have information about that ahead of time. You just see that it's there and you need to take it. Okay, the textbook of the course is this book. I have searched for a lot of different textbooks. This is one of the greatest textbooks for the course that we like to offer for a range of students with with probably different background, and it starts from very basic and goes also in a meaningful level of advanced topics and methods. So it is written by William Stelling. This person is very well known in the computer science, engineering, and IT. This is a textbook. The digital version of the textbook, though, is very cheap. You can buy that. Although I don't, the textbook basically is not mandatory. It's just recommended. So you don't have to buy it. You can just uh, you can continue the course without any problem using the lectures that I'm providing you and the videos. I mean, the like PDF of the slides plus videos. And also there are plenty of online there are plenty of online things for almost all topics and chapters and lectures that I'll be covering in this course. So you don't have to buy the course, but of course this is a good investment if you wanna take any career in this field. I recommend having this book handy and buy it and take a look. Of course, we will not be covering all chapters and all sections of the book. Book is somehow it doesn't fit into a semester. So I have selected the most important one. But if you are willing to take your career and continue your career in computer systems security, of course, it's a good investment to buy the course and keep it with you. Okay, the next thing is about the grading policy. Again, this is also mentioned and discussed in the uh, syllabus. So as you see here, I have broken down the course grading components into some components. You have assignments, you have quizzes, exam 1, exam 2, research presentation, course paper or final report of the research project that you do, and final exam. And when you add them, they add up to 115%, which means that you have already received 15% bonus. So assignment 15%, 2 to 4 assignments, and they'll come mostly at the end of lectures. Quizzes, you have 1 to 3 quizzes, and it contributes 10% of your final or total. Exam 1, 20%, which is scheduled for February 12th to 16th. The reason that you see a range instead of a date with a time is that this is an online course. And over the time, I have learned that we have students from different, like I said, time zone, and we have a student with different job and occupation restrictions. So it would be very difficult if I want to make the exam time on a specific time and date. So I make the exam available for one entire week, and you are allowed to take the exam anytime on that week. However, once you start the exam, that's one time start. Once you start it, you have to finish it, and there is no way to redo it. So once you start it, you have a given amount of time, most of the time 60 minutes or up to 90 minutes maximum, and you should be finishing the exam on that given amount of time in one session. So that's why it's a week instead of a single date and time. Exam 2 again, 20%. It's from the lectures. I'll communicate with you about which lectures are going to be asked in the exam and how. There are again communications between us that gives you detail about the exams. It's planned for March 25th to 28th. And then we have research presentation April 11th to April 26th. And then final course paper is May 2nd, which is the last day of the classes. And final exam as scheduled by the Office of Register, and it's gonna be 20% of you. So exams, like I said, you see that it's gonna be 15% bonus when you add these things up. There is another two other ways that you can boost your grade. One is written feedback. If you give me any feedback about the course, about the material, about how I am teaching this course, or how it can be improved, that's something that I like to receive anytime, and I always appreciate it, and I reward that by giving you 5%, up to 5% of bonus. And the second way that you can raise your total even more than 115 is by adding when you do the research presentation, when you do the research project, if you come up with any novel or new idea that can be published, that can add up another 15%, which makes your total 130%, which is awesome. But like I said, that's for those teams that they come up with novel ideas and make the course paper a research paper. And that means that you publish the paper, that paper will be published in some conference somewhere, and I'll be happy to fund you to travel and attend that conference. I have research funding. I'm very active in research, and I have research funding, and I'll be happy to fund you to go there and present your paper and enjoy attending a conference. That's also something that you can put in your CV. It helps you finding or getting better jobs or continuing your education in higher level, like PhD level. So the last thing that I want to talk about is the class attendance. So this is an online class again, and there will be lectures recorded in video. However, for me, in order to understand that you are tracking the course videos and you're watching the course video, what I do is that whenever I record a video like today, I say something in Word somewhere. It might be the start, middle, or end of that recording. And I ask you later, enter that thing into an assignment like this that you see here. After any video, there will be an attendance assignment that asks you, okay, enter what the professor said in the class. And that's the question. Just enter what the professor said. And there is no clue about it. And you can do it only by watching the video and finding that, for example, for today, you may say, let me put it here so that we are on the same page. You may use word welcome, for today, welcome with all lowercase for today's attendance code. So today's attendance code is the word welcome, all lowercase, and you will enter it in something like this, an assignment that I call it attendance assignment, right after this video that you're watching. This video, you'll find it in the syllabus section. And right after that, it will be an assignment. And that assignment asks you for a word, and that word for today is welcome. and all lowercase. You enter it, and Blackboard automatically counts you as present. If you don't enter it, or if you enter it wrong, you will be counted as absent. You have option to enter it twice because sometimes you may enter it, for example, with the wrong spelling or whatever. I gave you two trials, but after the second one, there is no more. So yeah, that is the way that they take the attendance. It'll be there for most of the videos, but for some videos you may not see. If there is no attendance in the video, there will be no attendance assignment. If there is an attendance code given to you in that video, there will be an assignment, the attendance assignment right after that video. Hope that this makes sense because over the time I learned that it is good to keep the class engaged in some ways, and this is one of the ways that I came up with. So I think that's it for today for this attendance for this introduction to the course or review the syllabus. So what I ask you to do, please go and read the course syllabus carefully. It's online in the syllabus section of the Blackboard, where this video can be found. And there will be lectures about computer systems and organization that I put them in learning modules, module 0. And there will be attendance assignment for all of these. And these are for the very first week of the class. Again, welcome to CST750. Welcome to Spring 2024. And I'm so excited to work with all of you guys. Have a great rest of the day and bye-bye. Take care.